On July 23, 2019, Epstein was found injured and semi-conscious at 1:30 a.m. on the floor of his cell, with marks around his neck. His cellmate, former New York City police officer Nicholas Tartaglione, who was awaiting trial for 4 counts of murder, was questioned about Epstein's condition. He denied having any knowledge of what happened. Correctional staff suspected attempted suicide, but did not rule out the possibility it was staged or that he was assaulted by another inmate. According to NBC News, 2 sources said that Epstein might have tried to hang himself. A third said the injuries were not serious and could have been staged. And a 4th source said that an assault by his cellmate had not been ruled out. After that incident, he was placed on suicide watch. 6 days later, on July 29, 2019, Epstein was taken off suicide watch and placed in a special housing unit with another inmate. Epstein's close associates said he was in good spirits. When Epstein was placed in the special housing unit, the jail informed the Justice Department that he would have a cellmate and that a guard would look into the cell every 30 minutes. These procedures were not followed on the night of his death. On August 9, 2019, Epstein's cellmate was transferred out, but no one took his place. Later in the evening, contrary to the jail's normal procedure, Epstein was not checked every 30 minutes. The 2 guards who were assigned to check his jail unit that night fell asleep and did not check on him for about 3 hours. The guards falsified related records. The 2 cameras in front of Epstein's cell were also claimed to have malfunctioned that night. Epstein was found dead in his cell at the Metropolitan Correctional Center, MCC, in New York City at 6:30 a.m. EDT on August 10, 2019. The Bureau of Prisons said life-saving measures were initiated immediately upon the discovery of Epstein's body. Emergency responders were called and he was taken to a hospital. On August 10, 2019, the Bureau of Prisons and U.S. Attorney General William Barr called the death an apparent suicide, although no final determination had been made. Department of Justice's Inspector General's investigation report, released on June 27, 2023, criticized jail officials for repeated negligence, misconduct, and outright job performance failures in connection with Epstein's incarceration and death. It also denied the suggestion that what happened was anything other than a suicide. In May 2025, the FBI announced plans to release surveillance footage from the night of Epstein's death, aiming to address ongoing conspiracy theories. Deputy Director Dan Bongino stated that the video clearly shows Epstein alone in his cell, with no evidence of outside involvement, reaffirming the official ruling of suicide. What if the story the world accepted was only part of the truth? Imagine a night wrapped in silence, a high-security cell, cameras that mysteriously failed, guards who allegedly fell asleep, and a prisoner whose knowledge carried the weight of powerful secrets. Official reports concluded that he died by suicide. But what if that conclusion closed the door on deeper questions rather than answering them? Some observers have speculated about an alternative scenario, one that feels more like a political thriller than a documented event. In this version, the night inside the cell was not the end of a life, but the beginning of a carefully orchestrated disappearance. The theory suggests the possibility that the individual could have been quietly removed from custody, extracted through undisclosed channels, and replaced with a body double or stage scene meant to reinforce a predetermined narrative. Under such a hypothesis, the reported death would serve a purpose: closure. Closure for investigations, closure for public attention, and closure for any further testimony that might have implicated powerful figures across international networks. The image presented to the world would be final, a story of isolation, despair, and suicide, while the truth, if different, would remain buried beneath layers of procedure, secrecy, and speculation. Could a high-profile prisoner simply vanish? Could institutional failures align so precisely by coincidence? Or do unanswered questions persist because some events resist neat explanations. The idea that a serial child rapist may still be alive and given refuge in Israel is anything but far-fetched, even if Epstein's status as an Israeli spy is set aside. Although stubbornly ignored by UK state corporate media, the Israeli regime is currently ignoring well over 2,000 extradition requests for alleged and convicted pedophiles. In April 2025, Shoshana Strouk, the daughter of Israel's far-right settlements minister, fled to police and asked them to protect her, accusing both her parents and one of her brothers of raping her as a child over a period of years and filming the rapes. Israeli psychotherapist and trauma expert Dr. Anat Gur, head of the Bar-Ilan University Trauma Therapy Program, has said that she believes organized child rape in Israel is widespread. Organized child rape is one of the most horrific things I've encountered. It's likely much more widespread than we think. It's happening in places we least expect. The latest document release already put beyond reasonable doubt the fact that Jeffrey Epstein was an Israeli intelligence asset. This includes mention of his training as a spy under former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak, allegedly one of Epstein's most brutal rapists. Now, it also validates the 10 August 2019 4chan post as a legitimate eyewitness account written by a prison officer working on the night of Epstein's death. A witness who says he was removed without the usual official records. One who believes Epstein was switched out and was reporting it immediately, along with the supposed means of suicide, before news of it was in the public domain. Not saying anything after this. Please do not try to dox me. But last night after 04:15 count, they took him medical in a wheelchair front cuffed, but not one triage nurse says they spoke to him. Next thing we know, a trip van shows up. We do not do releases on the weekends unless a judge orders it. Next thing we know, he's put in a single-man cell and hangs himself. Here's the thing. The trip van did not sign in, and we did not record the plate number, and a guy in a green dress military outfit was in the back of the van, according to the tower guy who let him through the gate. You guys, I am shaking right now, but I think they switched him out. In a recent interview, Donald Trump was pressed about his past awareness of Jeffrey Epstein, reigniting public curiosity surrounding one of the most controversial figures in modern criminal history. Speaking cautiously yet firmly, Trump acknowledged knowing Epstein socially decades ago, but emphasized that their relationship ended long before Epstein's legal troubles intensified. The exchange quickly drew attention across media platforms, not only because of the historical connections between powerful individuals and Epstein, but also because each new statement continues to reshape public perception of how deeply Epstein's network may have intersected with global elites, keeping the case alive as a lingering question mark in the public consciousness.
Could I just interrupt for 1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Sure. First, to back up on that, in February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I said, I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that. Also, to the tens of thousands of video, they turned out to be child porn downloaded by that disgusting Jeffrey Epstein. Child porn is what they were. Never going to be released, never going to see the light of day. To him being an agent, I have no knowledge about that. We can get back to you on that. And the minute missing from the video, we released the video showing definitively The video was not conclusive, but the evidence prior to it was showing he committed suicide. And what was on that, there was a minute that was off the counter. And what we learned from Bureau of Prisons was every night, they redo that video. It's old, from like 1999. So every night the video is reset, and every night should have the same minute missing. So we're looking for that video to release that as well, showing that a minute is missing every night. And that's it on Epstein.
Epstein talking about his relationship with Trump in this video. Take a look.
Have you ever had a personal relationship with Donald Trump?
What do you mean by personal relationships?
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least today, I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment rights, sir.
In a recent interview, Donald Trump was pressed about his past awareness of Jeffrey Epstein, reigniting public curiosity surrounding one of the most controversial figures in modern criminal history. Speaking cautiously yet firmly, Trump acknowledged knowing Epstein socially decades ago, but emphasized that their relationship ended long before Epstein's legal troubles intensified. The exchange quickly drew attention across media platforms, not only because of the historical connections between powerful individuals and Epstein, but also because each new statement continues to reshape public perception of how deeply Epstein's network may have intersected with global elites, keeping the case alive as a lingering question mark in the public consciousness.
Labor. The rest of it we'll have to look at. We'll have to look at it very carefully. But you're talking about a long time ago, and again, it was a decision made, I think, not by him, but by a lot of people. So we're going to look at it very carefully. We'll be looking at that very carefully. Okay? Okay.
I still think Jeffrey Epstein is a terrific guy.
Well, I knew him like everybody in Palm Beach knew him. I mean, people in Palm Beach knew him. He was a fixture in Palm Beach. I had a falling out with him a long time ago. I don't think I've spoken to him for 15 years. I wasn't a fan. I was not, a long time ago. I'd say maybe 15 years. I was not a fan of his. That I can tell you. I was not a fan of his. So I feel very badly, actually, for Secretary Acosta, because I've known him as being somebody that works so hard and has done such a good job. I feel very badly about that whole situation. But we're going to be looking at that and looking at it very closely. We're also going to be signing a big contract in a little while, so we're going to see you in a little while in a different room in a different part of the White House where we're going to be signing up a big deal with Boeing. Thank you very much. We'll see you in a couple of minutes.
The story of Jeffrey Epstein remains one of the most controversial criminal sagas in recent history, marked by wealth, power, and allegations of an extensive sex trafficking operation that drew scrutiny toward many high-profile connections, including social interactions with figures such as Donald Trump and the central role of associate Ghislaine Maxwell in recruitment and logistics. Investigations, court documents, and victim testimonies revealed a disturbing pattern of abuse spanning years and continents, while media coverage amplified public questions about how Epstein maintained influence among elite circles for so long. The narrative reached a dramatic turning point in August 2019, when Epstein was found dead in a New York detention facility while awaiting trial, with authorities ruling the death a suicide. However, the circumstances, including security failures and missing surveillance footage, fueled widespread public skepticism and numerous alternative theories. Among these are claims circulating online that Epstein may have been extracted from custody and secretly relocated abroad, including speculation involving Israel and intelligence connections. Though no verified evidence has substantiated such assertions, and officials have consistently denied them. Whether viewed through documented facts or unresolved suspicions, Epstein's case ultimately stands as a symbol of unanswered questions, institutional failures, and the enduring demand for transparency and justice from survivors and the public alike. If this deep exploration helped you understand the mystery surrounding Epstein's life and death, subscribe to Hidden on Earth, like this video, and share it so more viewers can continue uncovering the hidden stories shaping our world.